Hey Cancer, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for February 11th, 2025. This is for Cancer. Last shuffle for Cancer. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we have letting go, but we also have the Sacred Temple. You're meant to stay very optimistic in your situation. Very optimistic. Wait for some truth to come in. You deserve to be happy right now, even if you feel like something's going on with your children. If you have children, children are highlighted like a mofo, and they're showing like even if there's children, you are worried about something. You may feel like they're not telling you everything. You may feel like something's going on. There's something about needing to be joyful in the interim while you're waiting for the truth to come in. Allowing yourself to be guided by love, still act in the loving way that you usually act, staying very optimistic, especially if you're married, just being as positive as possible regardless of your stresses and worries, right? You can create the life you desire, especially if you have adult children. Their problems are their problems, and although it's sad or although it's stressful, they're saying that you still are living outside of everything else. You know what I mean? You still have a life, you still have a love life, or you still have a career, or you still have something else going on, and you need to focus on that. Okay. So we have temperance over the whole reading, and they're showing temperance is usually, in this kind of situation, a promise that things will balance out, things will work out. It just won't work out the way you think, right? And the Nine of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Four of Swords, Page of Swords here twice, with let go of thinking the worst, right? Spending a lot of time observing, watching, acting like you're not watching, and stressed out about what you see. They're showing that you need to, the same energy, wait, that's exactly what it's saying. I felt this before it came out, but you need to wait for the truth to come in. You're not meant to be burdened. You're meant to choose to move forward, right? You have whatever's going on, especially if this involves children, it may add more responsibility to you or to you and a spouse. But it's it's not meant to tear you down. You're meant to move forward. You have to make a choice. Is this going to be a burden for you, or is this going to be something you can get through? Something that, like, you, there's a need to feel joyful and know that things will fall into place. Like, no matter what, you deserve to be happy. No matter what, even if whatever the situation is has to do with feeling like obligated, stuck, doing something. I don't know why this is coming out. I'm so sorry, y'all, because some of y'all are like, I don't have kids and I don't have a spouse. Okay. Now, if that's not the case, then Spirit is asking you very much so to let go of sitting on the sidelines, watching things, watching life pass by. You know how everybody's playing basketball, and you're sitting on the bench looking at your nails. Well, I don't want to scuff up my shoes. They're like, be a kid again. Remember what it felt like to be a kid, not really giving a crap. You're just happy. You know that there are more in the world, right? There's more in the world than whatever. Like, especially if you're like, oh, well, I'm in the Nine of Pentacles. I don't want to sweat out my hair. I don't want to sweat out my shirt or whatever. Um, or I don't want to scuff my shoes up. A kid wouldn't give a crap, and they're kind of asking you to dig deep into that, right? They're also showing that if you're optimistic, you will attract the love that or the relationship that you're looking for. If you're not in a relationship, optimism and positive thinking and faith brings romance towards you. So as if you're very positive, it will attract the right person. That person will be like, oh my gosh, look at this wonderful Cancer, and they're always in such a good freaking mood. I need that in my life, right? I want to marry that person immediately. Okay, immediately, like yesterday. Um, you've got to always consistently close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful in each moment. Okay, let love be the guide to everything that you're doing. If you have a decision to make, allow love to be that guide. Which avenue is something either that you love about that avenue, or a person that you love in that situation. Um, they're telling you to wait before. Mm, wait for some truth to come in. Okay, I don't. Because anything can happen regardless of what's going on. It's not a beg, but it's like, please wait before you do anything. Focus on letting love be the guide, and especially if you're feeling like obligated or overwhelmed and you want to confront something and you're thinking the worst about something, wait for the truth, because the 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 negative thinking or which what have you is based off of assumption here, the way that it's coming in. And so they're showing, before you think about anything or feel, overwhelmed by anything, wait for something to come in, because there's some truth coming towards you for real about this. And then you'll have the freedom, you choose whatever it is. But in the meantime, focus on painting the sun back in your sky. Focus on, if the sun isn't shining, well, then you go get you some fluorescent paint and you paint it in the sky. You make things joyful. I don't care if it's whatever situation you find yourself in. It could be the worst thing considering, whatever, especially if a child's involved, that you still deserve to be at least happy, smile, enjoy something. Because something's going to come in to let you know, or it's going to free you. Whatever the truth is, it is going to free you. Okay, whatever you're going through is going to pass. Period. You're. I'm seeing man. This angel number is very trippy. It's triple zeros. I mean quadruple zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0. So much potential in zeros, man. And it's a reminder that anything can be accomplished. And then it's like, almost like, if you build it, they will come, kind of thing. Um, you can rest assured that the blessings that are meant for you are meant for you when that comes out. They want you to stop being so stressed out, or not allow yourself to think the worst. Okay, this is about being optimistic. Yay, things are going to be okay energy. If you have a decision to make and it's very difficult for you, I don't know if you have a pendulum. You can create one by taking like a piece of string or leather and a gemstone, tie it to the end, right? A crystal or a gemstone, or even a piece of metal, something, right? You could have a charm, but usually that's what pendulums are. Right? There's a crystal, and you're hanging it from like a chain or a string or like a piece of leather. And of course, you would sage the space or cleanse it in some way. And then you would want to be guided. Anytime you need to make a decision, you would, front to back means yes and left to right means no. You would need to you test it out, of course, right? I would test it out. Is this true? Is that true? Your body's also a pendulum, and they're asking you to do something to that magnitude, which is, standing very firm on the ground where you're not being, on a flat surface, of course. And then swaying forward is yes, swaying backward is no. Just asking, should I do this? Is this right for me? Should I say this? Should I act on that? Because they want you to be you're meant to be happy and optimistic. Things are going to fall into place. Planning and action with the Four of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. The planning and action, planning and action speaks a lot about how your energy is all about, or needing to be about, having a peace of mind and shutting everything else out besides your peace of mind, besides your luxury, besides being happy, content in your situation, happy to be by yourself, if that's the case, being in that space, being in that energy of like, I'm indulging in things that bring me joy, because I know that what's for me is for me, and it won't pass me by, with temperance here in the angel number. I deserve to feel joyful. I deserve to have the kind of relationship that I desire, and I'll be single until I get that. Or I will spend some time with myself right now while I get get myself centered enough to be at peace in the situation I'm in, kind of thing. Every action that needs to be taken, whatever plans you make, everything is geared towards blocking out anything that does not feel like it's going to be a luxury to do it. If it's not going to bring you any contentment or fortune, I know how that sounds too. It's like, oh, that's gold digger energy. But if it's not going to do it, don't do it. You know, great achievement is the Tower and the Fool. This something happens here, and you finally. It seems like it's almost like this, right? If you are doing all the things that they're saying here, then you're free to take the risks that you would have taken if you were a kid. So a great achievement is shocking. What? Cancer got up and played jump rope? Like, what? You mean to tell me Cancer, whatever it is, right? It seems like you adopt a beginner's mind in this situation. Allow love to be your guide in all things. It's going to be shocking to the system and shocking to others. Spirit wants you to incorporate rose into your day, whether it's the color, the scent, or the flower itself. I'm seeing a porcupine spirit. And porcupine spirits often represent that childlike mind, the beginner mind of like, this is my first time ever encountering something like this, and being somewhat excited about that. You know how kids, now your teenage kids, your adult kids don't want to do any chores. They don't want to take no trash, and they don't want to do anything. Of course, you have that exception. That's like a super put together, well put together kind of kid, right? It's like very, very responsible. But majority of people out here, you have the regular teenage kid, right? But remember when they were like 5 and they couldn't wait to wash dishes, I remember when I was like 3, I could not wait to wash dishes. Man, when I was like 3, I couldn't wait to play the piano. That's when I learned how to play. And then I learned how to read around that time, I believe, because I was like reading really, really early, and I just couldn't wait to grow up. You have no idea. I was one of those kids that could not wait to grow up. If you told me this is what grown-ups did, I would do it. I would do it properly. Like, oh, grown-ups, they didn't even have to potty train me. They just told me that, I was like 2. I think that I was 2, or a little bit after 1 or something. Because I remember a lot of things from when I was 1, and I don't know how I could remember that because most people don't. And they're like, oh, all you have to, this is what, adults do that. And I was like, what? I'm wearing underwear? What? Yeah, I'll do that. That's what they do. I'll wear them. But the bigger beginner's mind of that phase in your life when it was like your first time having to do it, it was exciting to play in the water and wash dishes. Oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. This is fun. Bubbles? Heck yeah. And so they're kind of putting you in that space of that, to adopt that and know that everything's going to work out, especially if you have children, okay? Because I'm seeing issues with children and thinking the worst about it. And they're showing like, don't worry about that. Focus on now just being loving, be that supportive, loving person. And if you are trying to attract a relationship, incorporate rose into that, into your day. And also to remain as optimistic as possible, you're going to attract someone with that, right? It's something about the optimism that you bring that most people go, I want to be attached to that. And some optimism is like, yeah, that's your rose-colored glasses, not attractive, but yours is just right. And so I'm seeing year of the goat. So I don't know if this is the year you were born or something significant happened in these years, but you got 2015, 2003, 91, 79, 67, 55, 43, and 31, or your Saturn placements in your chart help you to see a truth. What will also help to solidify you, or what I'm saying, like there's a level of discipline and truth that comes from the Saturn placements, where spirit is expressing to you that it's important to be very patient, and maybe you will know the basis of your patience, kind of thing. Like, okay, I know Saturn is in this specific house or in this specific placement, that what I need to do in the interim is work hard on this while I'm waiting for something to come. But either way, you could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. We also have Aries. Those are the main signs. We also have Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. You could be a Gemini Cancer cusp, dealing with a Libra Scorpio cusp, or I'd say, or a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.